July of 2022 to June of 2023, Georgia's Department of Corrections says there were more than 1,000 inmate on inmate assaults, and with more than 200 deaths last year in state prisons, 38 of those were homicides. Camila Williams joins us in studio to explain how an inmate's death impacts the family and other inmates.
Yeah, good evening, Lori. 4 inmates have died in 9 days across 3 central Georgia prisons. That has people talking about safety and staffing in Georgia prisons and how that violence affects families. I spoke with a family who says they constantly worry about their loved ones, and a Macon woman told me her husband is in prison and he wears his shoes at night. That's because he has to be ready if a fight breaks out.
When I hear the daily violence that occurs, I mean, even when I'm on the phone with my husband and I'm hearing yelling and screaming in the background, I'm like, what's going on? He's like, it's just another day in paradise.
Emily Castro says you never know what you'll find out in Georgia's state prisons. Her husband is serving time in Calhoun State Prison for a drug crime. That's about 2.5 hours south of here. Castro says she understands how the prison system operates, but other families?
A lot of family members don't, and they have no trust in the system. And while I don't have trust in the system, I have the knowledge to protect myself and my husband.
She says when she visits her husband, staff doesn't treat inmates' families as human beings. For example, female visitors can't wear an underwire bra because it's considered contraband.
They intimidate even the loved ones to keep their mouths shut. They won't let us go to the bathroom sometimes during visitation because they can. And I think that's disgusting.
Atia Hawley with Southern Center for Human Rights researches how people are treated in Georgia and Alabama prisons. She says for the thousands of inmates, it's a death sentence.
People are unsafe. The level of weapons in these facilities is unconscionable. The quality of medical care is unconscionable.
Hawley says state agencies must be held accountable for the number of inmates dying.
That just can't be the normal state of being when it comes to our taxpayer-funded facilities.
And Castro agrees.
People need to be held accountable for how they're being treated. The federal system has it down, but I don't know why Georgia can't get it together.
Now, Hawley told me the Georgia Department of Corrections used to send out a news release when someone died in prison. Nowadays, they generally don't, and that means families may not find out about the death of a loved one for days or longer. Back to you, Lori.
Thanks, Camila. We did reach out to the state's Department of Corrections for an explanation for the deaths and treatment of inmates, but they've not responded.